Hello people in the house out doing today we are kind of remembering the 1916 Rising, which will be never forgotten in Irish history and throughout the world, because today is 102 years since the 1916 Rising, and as Irish people and as Irish men and women and children, we remember our dead like we do with our family members. So basically, everybody who died in 1916 sacrificed their life, their dreams, their hopes, their whole family themselves, to Ireland, to a free, independent state, against the cowardly British Empire. And that's why I say this. The dead must be respected, and these heroes, these honorables, they don't even know the words even to say. These historical figures of 1916, these men and women who lay down their lives for this country 102 years ago today against the biggest empire that ever lived and took it on with full force. They didn't have ammo, they didn't have enough ammo, but they fought on. And I'm close for falling to the Irish volunteers and the Irish Citizen Army, and calling them on too, calling them on or whatever. The Irish Citizen Army had no experience in war or fighting. They were only people of the British Empire and who wanted to be Irish, not British. And they decided to bear arms, which was the right thing to do, against an empire, against the biggest empire on the planet at the time. We must always remember their sacrifice, because we would not be here and I would not be speaking against the British Empire as I am now, because we'd be under British rule, and the British Empire will have a tricolour, the Union Jack, over City Hall in Dublin, which I have to say, if that ever happened, it'd be quite a disgrace to this country. And if that does ever happen, God forbid, we will bear arms the same as our comrades in 1916, and we will honour their memory, and we will never give up to a foreign army or a foreign dictatorship or to anybody who threatens Ireland's freedom. Because these brave, brave men and women fought and died for this country. Their sacrifice for us as a generation and to the generations that come must never be forgotten. Because these historical figures gave their whole life for this country, and they made this country so proud of them. So which I say, all the leaders of 1916 and all the men who died and all the civilians that died, their sacrifice was not in vain. And today we remember every one of them who died in the 1916 Rising, and we honour them with full military glory. People who wanted rights for the working class, people who wanted rights for people in Ireland, people who wanted a government in Ireland, not in the UK. All very good points to fight for. And the one thing they died for was our freedom. Our freedom. And to this day, our freedom has been threatened by loads of countries, but that's a story for a different day. Today we must remember all the brave, brave men who sacrificed their lives for the sake of the Irish state. In my eyes, they are the gods of the Republic of Ireland. And I say this to honor the last thing. For slavery fell, old Victorian hell. For slavery fell, glory is dead when you fell in the foggy dew. Which means you might have been a slave to the British Empire, but you died a glorious death to your country, and you fell in the foggy dew, which means the foggy dew really means Dublin, the area of Dublin that was in. So I say that again. For slavery fell, O Victorian, when you fell in the foggy dew. A glorious death when you fell in the foggy dew. I keep mixing that up. But we must never forget our heroes, and I will never forget until the day I die. And I always will keep their pictures up in this house until the day somebody either burns me to shreds. But the one thing they won't take away from us, and they won't take away from any Irish person, is their liberty and their freedom. Because that's what the men and women of 1916 died for. Thank you for listening. May God bless all their souls, and may God forgive them for all the sins they done wrong in the past, and may God give them the biggest gratitude of all to this country, and to the people who honour their glory to this day. Thank you. Call me a Margaret.